We did Fight of the Year, but we haven't given out the coveted, most cherished Fighter of the Year. Who's your Fighter of the Year for 23, Teddy?
I'm so glad you didn't let that get missed, really. And again, a lot of competition. I think the easiest one to maybe, no, none of them are easy. They're all great. And they're all deserving. I think one of the ones that, if you went by a certain calculus, if you will, a certain metric, you would go with Inoue. You can't go wrong because he had 2 wins.
You have to, a unified two weight classes.
Over Fulton and Taplis. You're right, 100%.
Fulton was the number one fighter at 122
Ken, I'm
universally.
so glad you said it that way. But I'm not going with him. And I just said it, but I'm not going with him. I'm going to go, and again, I'm not afraid to go, against the grain. And for me, it's not going against the grain. I don't care. But Inoue is great. You can't go wrong. I'm giving it to Crawford. I know he only had 1 fight, but what a fight. What a fight. I say it again. What a performance. He not only beats Spence, but he destroys him, takes him apart. And not only that, he takes apart a guy who's pound for pound in the top 4 or 5 in the world.
Many people had him number 1.
Yes. Undefeated, pound for pound in the world. And nobody else beat a pound for pound top guy. Nobody. Inoue beat really good fighters, don't get me wrong. Really good. And I give him all his flowers. But Crawford. Oh, my Crawford. He beats pound for pound one of the top guys, and oh, how he beats him. Oh, my goodness. He puts a clinic on in every category, in every dimension of how you would describe a great fighter.
I think he changed a lot of people's perspective about him and about Spence. I think it was so shocking to people. They were like, wow, either Crawford's so much better than we thought, or Spence isn't on the same level, or a little bit of both. But I don't think Spence is held nearly in the same regard after that fight. 1 performance.
You know what? I'm so glad that you're hot today. You're hot, kid. You're hot. You're having a big day. You are. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I mentioned a couple fights, that we did today, that I don't know if those guys are going to recover from their losses. Here's another one. I don't know if Spence recovers. I hope he does.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
His people hope he does.
Spence.
He recovered from could have been a tragic car accident, horrific car accident, where he...
But I would argue, to that point, Teddy, did he?
That's a good point.
I don't think he's looked the same as he did.
A lot of people go, see, I don't want to take none away from Crawford by speculating in that category, in that area.
That's fair.
But what's fair is also what you said. That's fair too. Was that the Crawford we knew before the accident? Was that the Crawford we knew before the accident? The one that got in there with... not Crawford, I'm sorry. Was that the Spence we knew before the accident, before he got in there with Crawford? I don't know. We think it was, but who knows? All we know is that Crawford took him apart, and Crawford is in his own galaxy, as Inoue is.